Budgets here, and I'm on a journey to ensure a better financial future for myself by budgeting, hybrid cash stuffing and doing savings challenges. So welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well, and in today's video we're going to be cash stuffing for week 1 of June. I cannot believe it is here, but judging by the weather I can definitely believe it's like almost June. It has just been so hot this week. I'm sure everyone feels the same way. So I'm filming this on Saturday morning, still just about morning. You'll see it later. So if you are at or like have been to the big budgeting meetup, I hope it was a really fantastic time. I hope you really enjoyed it yourselves. Very jealous here of seeing you all there. As I've seen like some of the kind of the pre meetups. And it just looks fantastic seeing a community come together in person. So hope you all have a lovely time. I hope you all enjoy the goodie bag. I was one of the goodie bag sponsors, so I've created a game, and you know that's part of the goodie bag. There's loads of amazing creators taking part in the goodie bag this year. So I hope you enjoy the challenge. Hope you enjoy all the challenges. Everything just looks really incredible, and well done for the organisation team who have put it all together. Yeah, how is everyone doing? I hope you're all okay. The reason I'm filming on Saturday, by the way, is that the week just got away from me. Just heat. I was prioritising like keeping the flat cool, making sure my plants were watered in the evenings, just making sure that we were staying cool. I took some days off just to chill and recover, which I really needed because I feel like I've been working like 24/7 for the past few weeks, which has been really good but not so great, and it's been really good but it's exhausting. So I took a few days off, had a few chill days to rest and recover, and I feel like I am myself again, which is nice. Recovering from the illness, which was fun. Don't know what it was, it just happened, and yeah, so I'm all back to normal, back to just being absolutely crazy and out of it, and yeah, here we are. So it was payday yesterday. I went to work, had to go into the office yesterday, and then I went to spend time with a friend after work, and then I lost track of time, got home, realised we didn't have a cucumber for our Greek-inspired pasta salad, which I feel like the cucumber is quite a fundamental part of it. So to walk to the co-op at like about 8 o'clock when I walked to the co-op to get this thing, there was one cucumber left, so I bought the cucumber, organic cucumber, so it was expensive. And then we were still eating dinner at like well after 9, but it's fine because it was warm. Another warm day today. So, and we're going to be glad to finish filming this and open up some of the windows again, because we're not quite as warm in the flat as it is. It's not quite as warm outside as it is in the flat, so we can open up the windows today until it gets too hot, and then we close the window. I'm just rambling. So it's the first week of the month, which means we have a lot to stuff. We have a bit extra this month, and I'm introducing 2 new envelopes to the binders. We will discuss that when we get to them. We've also got a new challenge that we're doing, which we put into the challenge binder in the cash condensing and count up. So yeah, we should have £743. I'm just going to grab a sip of water before I start choking. Oh, I think it's the heat. So £743. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20, 40, 60, 80, 6, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 60, 60, 70, 80, 90, 7, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 43, yes, done in one go. Sometimes it takes me, you'll never see this because I edit it out, but it would take me several goes of counting it up. The insight into that, but yeah, quite glad that was done first time today. Got no £20 notes today, but we've got loads and loads of placeholders. You know, week 1's usually like got the most because most things we stuff weekly, but there are things like groceries and stuff that I just prefer to do monthly, because there are weeks when, you know, you need to buy everything, and then there are weeks where you don't need to buy much at all, and I don't really want to faff with that. It's the same with household, and it's the same with car sinking fund. it's just easier to do it monthly. It's them there. You don't have to faff. Right. So the first binder we're going to go into is my minis binder. So this is money that I round up. So if I spend money from any of my envelopes, doesn't include groceries, household or annual bills because I split with my partner, round it up to the nearest £5. That extra money gets put into a pot on Zopa and then we play challenges with it. And if I get any side hustle money that is less than a £5, or if like it's, say you got like 16 quid for like a payout, sometimes on like Top Cashback or whatever, that pound will go into the pot and then that 15 goes into the pot that is money to be withdrawn for challenges. So we've added some fresh challenges. We've done them before, but I've increased the amount. So I'm going to roll the 6-sided dice, whatever it lands, or put money in. So challenge 2 is my spring savings challenge. I can't believe spring is almost gone. So what can we do? We've got a 5 left on there. I don't think we have 4. So let's do that. Let's cheat slightly. Let's do 4 and cross that out, and then we've got 1 left, and I know that will go. So I'm going to cheat slightly today, but don't worry. So that is one of my challenges. If you order from my shop for the first time, like if you're ordering my shop from the first time, you get a freebie, like one of those, depending on the season that you order in, and you get, that's like a physical one. It's laminated and everything. If you, so the second time you get something else, but if you like those challenges, they're like little mini ones to save £30, then you can get them as a print, so a digital download from my Ko-fi shop for free basically, or pay what you want. So please feel free to take them. All I ask is that you, in return, just give me a sub on Instagram, preferably on YouTube, that'd be nice, or just leave a comment and stuff like that. That's what I'd appreciate. I realised that I've not designed June's challenge yet. What I'm trying to do is for this year have like a new freebie every month. So then there's a kind of like a stock of like a few different challenges you can choose from. That's the goal. Anyway, so the remaining £1 is going to go into this You Fill My Hearts with Colour. So this was a freebie from Rainbow Budgets and Plans. So each heart is £1, and let's do, I haven't done a green yet. So let's do the green. And then that is the minis done for another week. So yeah, how is everyone doing? How are you all surviving in the heat? Are you surviving in the heat? I mean, I haven't had to work apart from yesterday because I took like loads of days off. And so it's sort of been okay because I can just lie there and do nothing. But my poor partner's had to like commute to work and then also work from home. So, which is also why I haven't been able to get into the study to film, because they've also been working, which they need to do, which is far more important than me filming a YouTube video. Right, so we're going to go into my everyday binder first. So this is for things like groceries, household, eating out, car, and personal spending, things that we, you know, are constantly in and out of. So first, let's do personal spending. So this month, I'm going to assign myself £20 a week for personal spending money, but we play a challenge with that. So we play this 2026 challenge. Just going to get the challenge binder, move that through there. And I forgot my scratch off tool, just give me a sec. Right, I've got a scratch off tool. So this is the last one we are scratching off. So every Monday scratch off. This is from the 12-day advent calendar from Helen at the Housewives Budget. There are 3 more of these to scratch off, which is really exciting. This one always gets me. Like, I think I've like budgeted enough, and I realise that like every time I reduce the amount I give myself for personal spending money, I absolutely get wrecked by this challenge. So let's scratch off. Well, it's a good job I put in £20 because I am not going to have any personal spending money this week. Again, have not moved my Hoover back to the desk, so I am not seeing any of that money for personal spending this week. So I'm just rounding up to the nearest 5 because I cannot be bothered with coins. I did start like trying to do it with coins, but now I'm like, nah, can't be bothered. So let's put that in here. Let's take out that. What am I doing? Let's do that. That's what I'm trying to do. So this, I have no idea how much this is going to save, because when I first started it I thought it would like be £10 and less, but I realised that it's definitely not, and I'm really excited to see where we are at the end of the year. So like this challenge is like what I call a priority challenge. So I have some challenges that are priority challenges, so stuff like 2026 and Fiverr Friday, stuff that we do every week on a weekly basis, and then I have like lower priority challenges, so that's like the annual binder, it was monthly roll, colour and save. Those ones are not priority challenges. So priority challenges is if I don't have like tons of money for challenges. So for context, we're going down a rabbit hole, I'm really sorry, it's week 1 of the month, it's kind of like warm and stuff like that. So we're just going with it. What am I talking? Yeah, so I all the money that goes into challenges is all side hustle money or money I get. Like my mum will occasionally send me £20. I don't know why. I've told her she doesn't have to do it, but she does it anyway. Stuff like that. It's all extra money that I've gotten, and that's what we're playing challenges with. But if there are months where I haven't got that much, the priority goes into Fiverr Friday, and making sure that I have enough personal spending money to play the 2026 challenge. I hope that makes sense. We're also going to need to change the dashboard soon as well. Oh my god. Everything's going by too quickly. We're going to come back to that binder in a bit. I'm going to try and stop rambling as much, but who knows how that's going to work. So I've got nothing in personal spending money, which is absolutely fine, because I had my birthday, I got some money for my birthday, and I did spend it on a mixture of like, you know, you're like over 30 when you're like excited to get money for your birthday, so you can buy stuff like period underwear and a new bra, and maybe that was too TMI, but it's just like that's what I spent my birthday money on. I got a bit of skincare, like I got, if you've been, sorry, we're going on such a tangent. If you've been around my channel for a while, you know I have such a thing with sun cream, because I'm really pale and I do have the ginger, I'm not ginger, but like there's a lot of ginger in my family, so I have the whole thing like where I need more anaesthetic and stuff like that. So I'm really pale as well, so I'm really paranoid about like sun damage and all that kind of stuff, so I like wear sunscreen, especially on my face, like every single day, even in winter. And I had what I thought was an expensive sun cream, and I was like, yeah, that's really expensive, I'm going to switch. So I tried different sun creams. I then decided that I was going to spend even more on sun cream and did a Clarins one. I then decided that I wasn't going to do a Clarins one anymore and went to like a slightly cheaper one, which I realise now is probably not a face sun cream, it's more like an all body sun cream, because it's really liquidy and it drove me absolutely up the wall. And I'm kind of the person that has to finish a product before I buy a new one, but this liquidy one did my head in, so I was like, well I'll go back to Clarins because I have like a voucher. They don't do the sun cream anymore, and I'm like, nah, I can't deal with trying to try another new sun cream, so I've gone back to the original sun cream that I used to use, and actually it's like everything. I don't know why I tried to switch up. It's just my favourite. I ordered it, and I paid for one, but ended up being given two, so I'm like not going to complain whatsoever. And yeah, so I'm happy about it. I feel really good again having it. I prefer like a slightly thicker sun cream, especially on the face, so that I can feel it on, and that makes me feel better, because like the liquidy ones, you don't feel like it's on your face, and I get paranoid if I have enough or if I sweated it off and stuff like that. So I'm back to that original sun cream. I feel so much better. It's like got this really comforting smell as well. It's just really familiar. So anyway, that's exciting. That's what I bought with my birthday money, and then I invested some of it, and then we're going to put some of it into savings today. So groceries, we're going to put 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. £362 in groceries, so we just use whatever's left and then we subtract that from the budget amount. We budget about £400 for groceries a month for the two of us. You may argue that is quite expensive. We've actually reduced that by £100. We buy like, we have like cheaped out a lot of things. We've reduced our budget. I've kind of mentioned like in passing that we've really, there's some stuff going on in the background, so we've like just reduced our budget. We stripped everything back. And actually the one place that we do still prioritize is groceries. So we try and buy like high quality like meat that's kind of sourced well and stuff like that. So we do spend a bit more on groceries, but we buy own brand of stuff that's supposed to be better, and we get it delivered because I can't deal with going to supermarkets. I do it every so often for a top-up shop, but it's just like a massive, I don't like it. I find it very overwhelming. It's just, we could go into detail about why I don't like doing the grocery shop. I do it if I need to do it, but I'd rather just get it delivered, and for that peace of mind and stopping that kind of whole like sensory overload type thing, we do a grocery delivery, and that's where we put the money. So high quality groceries and it's delivery. That's why it's kind of expensive, but for being able to control like what we buy, I'm not tempted by anything because I'm overwhelmed, all that kind of stuff. And you can just keep track of the budget. So that's what I prefer to do. That's why our groceries are a little bit more expensive, and I don't actually mind because we don't spend as much in other categories. She says, coming to eating out. So eating out, when we did the cash counter, we had 50. I haven't even adjusted this, so we don't have 50 in there anymore. My partner's brother and their partner came up like kind of on a whim, like kind of last minute, and we decided to go for drinks. So I bought a round of drinks, and I don't care. That's what this envelope is for. It's, stuff like that, and I'm not worried about where the money's coming from. So we're going to put in £30 into eating out. So we have £50 into eating out now. This we massively reduced it. Like, I'm so proud we reduced the grocery budget a lot and eating out a lot. Like, we prioritize, if we're going to eat out, going out to eat out with friends, like there has to be a really good reason to eat out. Otherwise we just make food at home. We don't order takeaways unless it's a very special occasion. If it's a very special occasion, why we're not going to eat out, stuff like that. So that was another thing that we've done and that I'm really proud of. Oh, keep jumping ahead. 110 going into car this month. So this binder we mostly cashed off monthly apart from personal spending. So this envelope is for charging the car at home and parking at work. So I have an electric car. I love it. So there's money left over on the charging account, and there's actually a bit of money left over in the envelopes. How much have we got in here? So we've got 120, 30, 40. It is a bit cheaper than this, is why we've got money left over, but kind of I budget the amount it costs. I worked out the amount it costs per charge, and with car parking at work per day that I have to go in. So I keep the winter amount because it's you don't need to charge it as much in the summer because the battery doesn't drain as much in the summer. It's to do with the cold and the battery warming up, and the chemical reactions can't work as fast in the winter. I think that's what it is. Do look it up if you're interested. That was what I remember reading when I last looked it up, but I'm definitely not an expert. It's fascinating how they work anyway. So, but I like to keep that maximum amount, and then we have leftover money, so which can be used, and then we don't have to put as much into the envelope. But that's specifically for commuting and parking. We have another envelope that's for kind of leisure. It sounds weird anyway. Household, shocked that we have money in here. Household is getting 31. So we round it up to 50. So there's 50 in there actually. I might change those coins because I don't really want coins in the envelopes. That makes it really bulky. So for household and groceries, we split it 50-50. And then that is it. That is that binder done. I'm looking at the time, it's 20 minutes and we've only done 2 binders. Right. Okay. We need to get a new envelope. So my annuals binder is for annual things. So annual bills, TV license, content insurance, our toilet roll subscription, stuff like that. And then car annuals and a new one. So this annual bills, when I started doing this, I only put my half of our annual bills and any of my own annual bills into annual bills. And now what I do is that my partner sends me his half of the annual bills every month. So we're putting a total amount into the annual bills. What I don't have, and what kind of realised, is that I don't have like a personal annual bills envelope. I didn't think I had that many annual bills. I have like 1 or 2, and one of them's a rail card, and the other is a subscription that I use, and I pay it annually because it works out to be a lot cheaper, and I really like this subscription and will renew it, and they always do like a reduced price. So the cost per use is quite low. So I haven't made an envelope for it because I basically decided about 2 days ago that this thing needed to exist. So, but we are putting money into it this month. So we're going to use the temporary savings envelope for that, and I've written a personal annual on it, and we'll put money in when we get to the envelope. So annual bills is getting £10 this week, so it's got 500 and 50, 60. I think that should be more, but hey ho. Car annuals is getting 15 this week, so car annuals is got 50, 70, 80, 95. So this is for all my car annuals for next year. So that's MOT and service, car tax, because I have to pay car tax now, and insurance. But all of that is done for this year. And then personal annual is going to get £15 this week. So if I remember to do it properly, like this year, it'd be way less that we're putting into this per month. But I forgot. So that is that binder done. The next binder we're going to go into is my variable sinking funds binder. This is also getting a new envelope. I may change this up again. I always keep changing the envelopes in this, but for now we'll just keep it in. So this is variable sinking funds. So this is stuff that we don't necessarily need to budget for every week or every month, but the high priority sinking funds I try and put some money into every month. The high priority ones, all of them have like an amount, like a minimum amount to have in. So if we reduce that amount, then I have to top it up to that amount per month. So I try and keep like £50 in a lot of these envelopes. I think £50 is a good one. The only one that we don't is self-care, which is like a constant in and out of. So health is getting £5 this week. So health has got £25. Car is not getting anything because I believe it is at 50. So this car envelope is for if we have to charge on the public network, which is more expensive, and that covers 2 journeys on the public network if we need to, or parking anywhere, like car parking anywhere. Travel is getting 10, and that brings that up to 50. So travel is like buses and trains and stuff. So that's like, you know, if we need to go into London or we need to get up. I say we, these are all my sinking ones. My partner does his separately. So if I need to go into London, that's, you know, the cost of London. If we had to make an emergency trip that we couldn't do in the car to parents, it covers that. And then also buses and stuff. Those are done digitally because those are just easier to have digitally. The same for car and stuff like that because you do it by apps and cards and stuff. Gifts has got 50, and gifts I haven't put in the budget. I have put it in the budget, but I haven't put it in the, what do you call it? The cash breakdown that I have that you sometimes mostly don't see. So gifts this week, I need to do that. Gifts is gonna get £10. So my parents and my partner all have, so my parents have their birthdays within 3 days of each other, and then my partner has it like 2 weeks after my parents. So I have like 3 birthdays that I need to 3 birthdays that I need to buy stuff for. Thankfully this year there's no big birthdays. The big birthdays happened last year, so it will just be some little stuff. So I'm just going to put a little bit of money into the gifts envelope this month and next month. Self-care is going to get 5, and we're going to do that digitally. I've decided this month. So 20, 40, 50, 55, 60. I finally got my, again, if you've been here for a couple of weeks, my original eyebrow person went on maternity leave. I had to find a new person. I did find a new person, but the morning of the appointment they were ill, so they had to cancel, and then they were not taking on any new clients. had to find a new place, found a new place, but every time I booked an appointment, I had to change the appointment because I either got like higher priority appointments that came in, so like health appointments, or I had to go into work on days that I didn't think I had to go, or like kind of my wedding dress appointment kind of got shifted a few times, and that has to be a priority because that's not as like movable as my eyebrow appointment. Finally got them done. Oh my god, I feel like a whole new woman. I'm like not a big like you need to, I mean, do what you want to do with your body. You can do whatever you want, like as long as it makes you happy, that's fine. My one thing is I get my eyebrows done, and I have very thick hair, which is great for some things, but it's not so great for other things. And like my eyebrows have always been like a really big, I suppose, insecurity. I've had them grown like all out. I've had them like waxed every so often, and then I decided that when I got my first job after my PhD, that every 6 weeks I get my eyebrows done, and they just make me feel so confident and so me and everything. And that's my one thing that I do on a regular basis. So not being able to have it done for a while was kind of like, oh, not great, but then having them done, I feel like I only get them waxed and like shaped and stuff. It's nothing fancy, but I just feel so much better, and that's like my little thing that I do. Yes, I know I've got nails done as well. This is like building up to the wedding. I am doing the builder gel stuff. They are growing out. They're a little bit like lifting in some of them, and I'll go in for my infills I think in like just under 2 weeks. So, but yeah, but I probably won't do that post wedding because that's just a lot of money. So that is that binder. This is a long video. I'm so sorry. But I feel like we need to catch up. Lots of things have happened that I'm like, oh, I can talk about because I don't feel ill like I did in the last video. Where are we now? No, we're still in here. What am I doing? Losing my mind. Right. Tech. So when I get like gifts, I kind of split it. So I invest some of it, I spend some of it, and I save some of it. So a big thing this year is that both my computer and my laptop are 6 years old, and I don't want to replace them. I really don't want to replace them, but both have showed signs of like not functioning. Now I need my laptop to work, and I need my phone to, both my laptop and my phone are like what I deem as like my core essentials. So if one of them goes, then I need to replace it. I'm trying to build like the envelope is tech, but it's like a tech emergency fund, so if I did need to replace both of them I could. That's what all of the savings challenges are for. At some point we will talk about the house deposit and all that stuff. That is like a post-wedding type conversation that we will have. So I've decided to put £100 of my birthday money into tech. So now we have £200 in tech. Again, that's not going to buy a new phone or new laptop anytime soon. The idea is that we build this so it's just there, sitting there in case we need it. I don't intend on replacing either my phone or my laptop until I have the money to do so voluntarily. I'd like to get them going in at least another year, if not longer. I hate the fact that like tech dies so quickly, and what I do is I buy like the latest model of that year, and then I keep it going until it breaks. And both are showing their age a little bit, but I think they can go a while longer. And I need my laptop to work. I don't have a work laptop, so that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Right, this envelope that I'm going to reveal. I have had this envelope made. I made it last year. So me and my partner getting married, obviously, and we thought we had decided on a honeymoon destination. Now there is a destination that I have wanted to go to since I was 12, and I could never justify this destination because it was very expensive, and I also feel like I have built up this place in my head because I've been wanting to go since I was 12. So 18 years I've been wanting to go to this country. Initially when we talked about it, we said going to this country is it's a long flight, and did we want to do it for a honeymoon? Did we want to just have a chill place somewhere, possibly in Europe, probably in Greece, on a Greek island, just to chill and just relax, because we've both been through some really, really stressful times in the past couple of years, and maybe honeymoon was just, we would just chill. And then we talked about it, like, you know, amongst family and friends and just people. Wedding is a great thing to be organising, in the sense that you always have something to talk about with people. I find like having conversations with people very difficult. You know, when you get your nails done, your hair done, your eyebrows done. Having a wedding is a subject to talk about. It's really great. So anyway, we'll talk about it. And I was kind of thinking about it, and I kind of, you know, talked to my partner, and it's like my dream destination. I'm so desperate to go. Like I've said, I've been desperate for 18 years. We talked about it, and we've decided that we're going to do it for our honeymoon. We're not going to go this year. We'd love to go next, like, autumn. But it's likely we'll go... Ideally, we go next, like, in the autumn of 2027. But because I know this is going to be an spenny trip, and I don't want to go into debt for it, I refuse to go into debt for it, it might be 2028. And I know we're going to put some money in ourselves. We have asked our wedding guests for no gifts, because everyone is travelling, because it's not in the UK. We don't expect any gifts. If people want to give us gifts, they can do it towards the honeymoon. But I fully intend that we're going to put money into this. I feel like I've hyped up this destination, and what really sucks for me is that everyone now goes to this destination, and I'm like, I hope you're going for all the right reasons, and you're not just going because you've just seen it on Instagram. But I've just hyped this up, and everyone's like, oh my god, just why? We're going to go to Japan for our honeymoon. Now, when I originally planned like my Japan trip, it's very, you know, on your feet, exploring lots of places, all that. I went and kind of did a rough itinerary, taking out places that I would want to go, to spend more places in, you know, spend more time in places to chill and really enjoy and kind of have that honeymoon relaxation and all that. So I have a rough itinerary. I have told my partner this, and they're on board. Actually, they were surprisingly on board. So when we originally talked about it, I think we both went, no, that's a really long flight to do for a honeymoon. We're probably going to do like 2.5 weeks. Again, we always said we wanted to go to Japan with money. We never wanted to like feel like we had to like. So obviously, you know, you don't want to spend all your money, but we never wanted like to scrimp and save. I've been wanting to go to Japan for 18 years. You know, really got into, I mean, I've always played like video games and Nintendo games growing up, and then really got embraced in like, you know, started really getting into, well, it was manga and anime, and then really getting like absorbed into the culture. And actually I really love a lot of the culture, but I could never justify going because it's a very expensive trip, it's a very long flight, all this kind of stuff, and I always said I'll go with money. And I think a honeymoon would be a great opportunity to go. I have removed places that I want to go, to make it, we'll see like a lot of places, but like just so we have a bit more time to chill and relax in places. Very long-winded, I know. But I also assume that we will go to Japan a few times. Like, you can't do all of Japan in one trip. And I have to get that out of my head, basically. So, basically, we're going to try and go to Japan for our honeymoon. We will not be going into debt for our honeymoon. We are also not expecting any gifts for our honeymoon from our wedding. I have zero expectation on that. I don't want my guests to feel forced because they are travelling over to Ireland for our wedding, so there's no obligation whatsoever. The gift is obviously they're coming because we really appreciate that. So this is going into, I mean, it has to be in this binder because this is where like my other like holiday funds are, like my Ireland fund is here. So if you don't know, my family is Irish. I was raised in the UK though. And if you know, my actual name is an Irish name. I was raised in the UK, but I have my passport, so I'm like, a lot of my family's out there, and I just love it. So that's why we're getting married in Ireland, and my partner also loves it as well. It's just very it's very different to here. For me, it's my second home, the city that we're getting married in, and it feels like peace, like coming home. It's like, oh, I just can't wait to go over again, basically, and get married. And then I think I'm going to try and do a thing where I go over a little bit more frequently. Again, things that have gone on will explain why I haven't gone over, and yeah, anyway, we might talk about it like kind of after the wedding. Don't worry, it's nothing crazy, but yeah, that's why Island exists as a separate thing. Holiday exists, but we're not doing any holidays. We're not doing any holidays because we've got a wedding, and now we're going to do Japan. But yeah, we're not putting any money into this binder. This is a very long video. Not putting any money into this envelope this month. I might start looking at putting some money in, a little bit of money. We might put some savings challenge money in. I haven't decided, just because I need to prioritise tech emergency fund and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that is it. Honeymoon destination sorted. I do believe we will have to put a lot of money into it anyway. I'm not expecting it to be covered by gifts, because I mean, in an ideal situation, I wouldn't ask for gifts, but I know some people are like adamant that they want to give you a gift, and we don't need anything. This is the thing, like, we fully furnished our flat ourselves. We have tons of stuff that we would want is stuff that we would only get when we buy a house, so there's like 0 point. We have like minimal storage here. We have so much stuff, there's just clutter everywhere. It drives me up the wall. But yeah, so we don't want any of that. We don't want anyone to feel obligated. So back in the challenge binder, we're going to do 5 Friday. So every Friday we put in £5. I'm going to have to make the one for next year before too long. So £5 going into 5 Friday. We have like tons of money. Oh, we've got random £5. That's not part of this. I don't know what's going on. So we've got £20 left. So we're going to play Rainbow Flip by Rainbow Budgets and Plans. So this is part of the advent calendar. So we're going to flip this lovely coin. If we get rain, it's 5. If we get a boat, it is 10. I can't flip coins very well, so I might just like that. We'll toss that again because it went off camera. It was a raindrop, so we're going to put 5 into the rainbows. So I'm just going to cross off the one that we got. So £5 into that challenge. And then we've got £15 left over. And that £15 is going to go into... Oh, I have so many binders. This is the one. Right. Oh, well, I'll put the coin away. £15 is going to go into July. So let's get the what do you call it? Sharpie to colour this in. So this is a challenge that I designed myself. You can get this for free off my Ko-fi shop if you want to. It's a digital download. It contains the 12 challenges, so each month is a different amount to save. Well, actually, like, it kind of alternates bar January. Let's do half. So yeah, I feel like when I do this one, I'm like concentrating so much. I'm just colouring half of that. So £15 going into the July challenge. This is one of the challenges where I'm like, this is not like, we don't do this. We do this weekly, but it's not like we just do one a week, if that makes sense. We're not colouring off a circle each week. We are just putting in as much as we can into it. So I hope that we finish this before the end of the year. And if we do, then we can add another challenge to the challenge binder. So I have tons of challenges, but I'm trying to be really like, not put like tons into the binders, because then it gets really overwhelming. I am trying to do smaller challenges, smaller denominations. We have 2 priority challenges, which is 5 Friday and the 2026 challenge. Ignore Save the Year, that gets funded by the minis. I'm also not like worried if we don't complete that. I might do that with the thinner Sharpie, to be honest. Anyway, so thank you so much if you got to the end of the video. I hope you all had a lovely time at the BBMU. If you went to the BBMU, if you didn't, I hope you all had a lovely Saturday. You will see this on the Saturday evening. I hope I can edit it and get it out. It might take a while. I hope you all stay cool in this warm weather, but I think next week it's starting to cool down anyway. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your week, and I will see you in the next video for Cash Stuffing Week 2 of June. Thank you so much for all the support. Really, really appreciate it, and take care of yourselves. Bye.